Good afternoon. This is Terry from the Frugal Connection. Welcome to my kitchen. It's been quite a few weeks since I've done a video, and mostly that's just because my life got crazy and out of control, and I had some speaking engagements, so all of my focus was on that. But today I'm back in the kitchen, and what I want to make today is some chewy applesauce cookies. They are plant-based, whole foods. They have no oil, no dairy, no eggs, and I kind of want to walk you through the recipe and show you what I do to make a very delicious, no guilt cookie. So let's get started. Well, my friends, I'm not doing very well today because I just recorded the whole segment of me making the cookies to discover that I forgot to press record on the camera. So they are in the oven, but I might as well show you what I have here. This is the batter. This is how they turned out. And what I added, I did all the wet ingredients in the bowl first. So it was the applesauce, the maple syrup, the vanilla extract. I put that all in there. I gave it a good mix. And the tahini. Sorry, I put tahini in it as well because you need some sort of nut butter that will help kind of replace the fat in the cookie. So I put those in there. To my oat flour, I added the cinnamon, the baking powder, the baking soda, and I also added flax meal. I added 2 tablespoons of flax meal. And so I added the oat flour with all those add-ins into the wet ingredients. I mixed it till it was well incorporated, and then I added my 2 tablespoons of rolled oats to it. 2 cups of rolled oats, not 2 tablespoons, 2 cups of rolled oats to it. And mixed that up, and then I also added 1.5 cups of raisins, and then I just used my cookie scoop and scooped out the cookies onto my tray. I put them in a 350-degree oven, and I will meet you back here when they come out, and we will see how they turned out. I did want to mention one thing, or I had mentioned it as I was talking to and not turned on camera, that we had a medical examiner come to the house today to do a medical exam with us for our life insurance. And when I started eating this way in July 2023, I was 80 pounds overweight, had high blood pressure, was on medication for that, had all sorts of issues. And today when she did, and I've been off the blood pressure medicine for a year now, and I've lost 72 pounds. But when she did my blood pressure today, it was 106/70. And that's where it's consistently been over the last year. And so it just makes me happy that changing my eating has really just brought new health to my life. And that's part of the reasons for starting this YouTube channel, was so that I can show you ways to cook this way, using this lifestyle, these ingredients that are simple, they're nutritious, they won't break the bank, and you can still eat some of your favorites without all of the guilt that you would get if you were eating highly processed foods with lots of sugar. So I just want to encourage you, wherever you're at on your journey, that you just take the plunge and just start working on it. So I will meet you back here when the cookies are out of the oven. Talk to you soon. Okay, friends, I kept them in the oven for 11 minutes, and they turned out great. The second batch I put in, I did pat them down a little bit just to kind of flatten them a bit, but they look great. They smell amazing. One of the things that I didn't get to mention, or I mentioned it on the part of the video that didn't record, was that it's super easy to make oat flour. You don't have to buy special flour. I just take rolled oats and whatever I want. Like, for example, I wanted 3 cups of oats, so I used about 4. And I just put it in my food processor and I pulverized it till it was flour consistency. It wasn't perfect. There were a few little chunks in it, but it was okay because I knew I was also adding whole rolled oats to it, so it wouldn't really matter. And that's kind of the nice thing about this, is you can buy oats wherever you get them. Like Sometimes I buy special oats, like organic oats, but sometimes I just don't have the money to do that. And here we have a store named Aldi near us, which is actually the parent company owns Aldi and Trader Joe's. And they sell, their brand name is Millville. And their rolled oats are fairly inexpensive. So I just buy a big container of those and I will use those. You can go as fancy or as cheap as you want with that. But again, I didn't buy pre-made oat flour in the store because I do know those pre-made flours. First of all, I don't know how long they've been sitting there. Secondly, they're expensive. And the point of this is that it shouldn't cost a fortune to make this. So it was super simple ingredients, you know, the oats and the baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon. It had unsweetened applesauce, maple syrup, tahini, or you could use almond butter if you would prefer a different nut-based butter or seed-based butter, sunflower butter, whatever works, whatever you want to do. But it has no oils in it and no dairy, no eggs. I did add flax meal to be able to get some of those omega-3s into my diet wherever I can, and this is the result. So we're going to give it a taste test now. I'll try this one here. So this looks really good. Smells great. It's very tasty. Oh my word. The tahini gives it almost like a depth of flavor in there. I mean, you can tell there's like a seed butter or a nut butter in there, but you can't taste sesame. And it's very, very good. So definitely give these a try. You can add different add-ins in there. You can put nuts in it. You could use chocolate chips. I would try to find a good vegan chocolate chip that doesn't have added sugar, like granulated sugar, because we are trying to avoid those type of things. You could put a different kind of fruit in it, like a dried fruit, like cranberries or dried dates, chopped dates, whatever you want. They're very versatile. So I hope you give them a try. Again, my point of cooking this way, I cook for myself this way because I want to keep the weight off. It's healthier. I've done a lot of research, a lot of watching different doctors talk about this way of eating, and it is a much healthier way to eat, and I want to live my life to the fullest without a bunch of health issues. So that's why I chose to make changes to my life, and I hope you do too. You can check out this recipe on my website, which will be, it's thefrugalconnection.com. I'll put the link down below in the description box. If you go to the website, you click on the blog, you will see this recipe there. And again, I doubled the recipe, so when I post it, it'll make just one single batch of the cookies. If you want to double it, you can do it. I doubled this with no problems with it. I noticed that the batter was a little moist at first, but once that flax meal started to absorb the liquid, it firmed right up into the right dough consistency of a drop cookie. So I hope you give it a try. I hope you're having a great day. It's chilly here in Western New York. Our temperatures are starting to drop. Definitely no winter's on the way because it's coming no matter what. And I hope wherever you are, whatever part of the country you're in, that you're staying safe. You know, if you're in the hurricane hit areas, my heart and prayers go out to you. And have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.